many of you have been keeping up with us and praying for us, our team has been working through the process of discerning a long-term location in Latin America to serve as missionaries with Mission to the World. We wanted to take a few brief moments to let you know how the Lord has been faithful in that process. From the beginning of this humbling process, our team has maintained a few key principles in determining a location. First, our desire has been to begin a new church planting work with MTW. We believe the church is the vehicle by which the Lord takes the gospel to the nations. This obviously opens up doors all over Latin America, but we were able to narrow it down through such provision by God, such as Nathaniel's experience growing up in Peru and our connection with Latin American pastors through our time in Colombia. Second, we desired a location that would provide a wide range of ministry opportunities that would flow out from the church. From mercy and medical ministries to university ministries and special needs ministries, we see the important role these ministries have in the life of the church locally and from abroad through short-term mission trips. Third, we understand that the gospel is not stagnant, but it is always on the move. Therefore, we desired a location that would be strategic not only within a larger metropolitan area, but also in the surrounding region. Our relationship with pastors in Bolivia, as well as Nathaniel's experience in Huanta, was important to our decision concerning location. In the brief minutes that follow, we would like to share how the Lord has been faithful to bring much fruit through this journey and has been bathed by prayer, not only by our team, but by all of you, our ministry partners.
For us, church planting has always been at the center of wherever the Lord was calling us. As we consider the opportunities before us in Arequipa for church planting, we found a city ripe for harvest. There were a few areas that stuck out to us most. First, the Catholic dominance here in Arequipa. It is not new information to speak to the dominance of Catholic influence in Latin America. However, Arequipa takes this claim to a whole nother level. Some statistics label religions outside of Catholicism at a paltry 1 to 2%. The city's pride concerning its deep roots in Catholicism has led to its being called the Little Rome of Latin America. However, Catholicism on a whole is failing in Arequipa, with many in the present generation, as well as the next, only holding on to its traditions and very little its devotion, if any. This has left the door wide open to the gospel. We believe this has led to two tragic responses by the people of Arequipa. First, it has brought in a surge of cults to the region, especially that of Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses. Second, it's brought a growth in functional agnosticism and/or atheism to the city. As far as the evangelical influence within Arequipa, it has woefully lagged behind compared to other large cities in Peru and Latin America. The nominal nature of Catholics within the city has left Arequipa ripe for harvest, but there has been little attention paid to this beautiful city by other Protestant denominations. The number of evangelical churches in Arequipa is staggeringly low, and even those churches are exercising little influence on the city as a whole. The field is ripe in Arequipa for a vibrant, spirit-filled evangelical movement. The absence of churches that worship God and preach the Word of God in power are slim to none. The need for churches to invest in the people of Arequipa and bind up the brokenhearted is rampant. We believe the Lord has called us here for such a time as this.
Arequipa is a city full of culture. As we talked with locals, walked throughout the city, and visited many communities representing various socioeconomic levels, it became evident that Arequipa is a melting pot of culture. Much of this is due to a great number of people moving to Arequipa in order to find a better life. Because of that, 3 languages are spoken here: Spanish, Quechua, and Aymara. This combination of languages and cultures from different regions in Peru creates a great diversity of people from mountain, coastal, and jungle regions. The Peruvian Incan music, delicious and varied cuisine that lines the streets of Arequipa's downtown, and the arts and handmade crafts found here represent the rich heritage and culture found all over Peru. It wasn't long after arriving in Arequipa that I found myself using some of the Quechua language that I know to communicate with some of the men and women that we ran into as we traveled throughout the city. I was delighted to see the similarities between Arequipa and Ayacucho, where I grew up as a missionary kid, and how quickly I identified with the culture and felt a strong connection to them. Well, apparently I wasn't the only one. I remember the moment when one of the guys said, "I just want to hug these people." Though the culture is rich and the people are both open and friendly, Arequipa is still a very large city that is affected by poverty and filled with many needs. We saw soup kitchens, kids' homes, schools for special needs, and met people who are working 4 jobs just to pastor a church. Having confirmed these needs through many interviews, we realized that there would be plenty of opportunities for our future church to serve in word and in deed.
Where are we going?